Stand by to detonate.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
Boss kits and the removable steering wheels are one of the major questions that we've had all the way through the series so far. So today we're actually going to look at it. We're going to address the questions that you've asked and the issues around airbags and the deployment of airbags and seat belts and all that sort of stuff. And we're also going to change this and we're going to put a real nice steering wheel on it. So let's get rid of this. Oh, if I can get it off. George, how'd you get it off?
There's a button at the top.
No, not that one. Is this one for the outtakes?
Button at the top at the same time.
Oh, that one.
There you go, yeah.
Oh, okay. And we can throw that away.
Right guys, so as you've seen, the Boss kit has come out. Now obviously this has been one of my favourite mods to date, but obviously now I've got this little relationship going with Owen. I thought it was about time that we educated the car scene on whether these are legal or whether they're not legal. If you want to find out, I suggest you watch the rest of the video, but for now, we've got some serious demonstrations to do. So let's get cracking.
Firing in 3, 2, 1.
Wow, well that was pretty impressive, wasn't it? So I'd like to introduce you now to Poppy from Devon and Somerset Fire and Rescue, who's going to tell us a little bit about airbags from the fire and rescue perspective. Welcome, Poppy.
Hiya.
So we've just seen that go off there. Now, that was a pretty impressive demonstration, but just tell us, how quickly does that airbag go off? Because it looked pretty fast on the camera.
Yeah, it's quite an impact. So they go off about 200 miles an hour and vary slightly from car to car. But yeah, you're looking about 200 miles an hour for the airbag going off.
Wow. So obviously all the safety features in the car are designed to work together, aren't they? So you've got your inertia seat belts, you've got the airbags. What would happen if you weren't wearing a seat belt?
Yes, if you've not got that seatbelt on, when you're in the collision, your body's going to be thrown forwards and it's going to meet that airbag coming out at you. So the seatbelt is really important for that as well, because that impact otherwise between you and the airbag is going to cause quite a lot of damage. Yeah,
I can imagine it probably would. But sometimes people will deactivate some of these safety features, won't they? So they might deactivate the seatbelt. And from what we've seen on the police side, and I'm sure you've probably seen it on the fire side as well, is that sometimes by deactivating your seatbelt, you're actually deactivating all the safety features within the car, so nothing works then and nobody's protected. But we also did it with the dummy here, so that the dummy was quite far forward. Now, why did we do it like that, Poppy?
Yeah, so lots of times we see people driving much too close. They've got their seat pulled right forwards to the steering wheel, whether that's for comfort or just out of habit. But we'd encourage you to sit further back, so have your seat as far back as it can be with safely being able to reach the pedals and the steering wheel, because it moves you further back from the airbag, so when it does go off it's going to be less of an impact hitting you straight on. It's giving you that extra bit of distance and keeping you safer if there is a collision. Okay, and with regards to the airbags themselves, once they're deployed, what happens then? Yeah, so once it's deployed, whether that's because you've been in an accident or because you've accidentally set one off, you do need to get it replaced. They're single use, so you would need to get that replaced and make sure it is properly all back working again before you get back on the road. Okay, and what's the lifespan of an airbag? They are designed to last for the life of your car, basically. So it might be a warning sign come off saying you need something replaced or looked at, so that's something you should get done. It would fail an MOT because of that, but they aren't routinely checked and they should last for as long as your car does. Okay, brilliant. One thing I've just thought of is if we're messing around here with the airbag, maybe taking the steering wheel off, and that goes off at 200 mile an hour whilst we're down there with a screwdriver, that's really going to hurt, isn't it? Yeah, that's really going to hurt. We've actually got in the fire service some protective covers that we put over the steering wheel if we're either working in cars, trying to get casualties out, just to make sure one doesn't go off when you don't want it to, because it is a real force and could actually cause a lot of damage, you know, even post an accident when we might be trying to help people inside. It's definitely not something you'd want to accidentally come into contact with. Brilliant. Thanks, Poppy. No worries. So we've seen the driver's airbag going off and we've spoken to Poppy. Now we're going to have a chat with James from Devon Somerset Fire and Rescue. Welcome, James.
Hi.
Now James is sitting in what we often call the sacrificial seat, and we've covered that on a previous video, but a lot of people are killed or seriously injured sitting in that front passenger seat, and a lot of the time that's because the driver is seeing the danger and instinctively they're steering away from it, but it's also caused by the way people sit in the car. Now James is just going to show us some of the seating positions that we find causes a lot more injury than is really necessary. So James, one of the first ones I know is people have their feet up on the dashboard.
Just like that.
Just like that. You know, and we're going to show in a minute how when the airbag goes off it can cause you really bad injuries. But what other positions are there that people sit in that could have a similar effect, James?
So similar to this, you've got just the knees up the dash. Maybe a bit slouched with your knees up on the dash like this.
Okay.
Another one is where you're sat where you've got your legs crossed like that.
Okay, and that's largely because the airbag is just behind your leg, isn't it?
Yep, so it goes off. That's coming straight towards you.
Okay. What about the actual way the seat's set up?
Yep, so you've also got that one.
Yeah, and that's not going to do you much good, is it, when all the curtain airbags go off?
Not at all.
Okay, if we hop in the back then quickly. So James, we're in the back of the car now. What's the worst position people can sit in the back of the car?
In the back, similar one to the front, knees up on the back of the seat.
Okay, now we get a lot of people that think they don't need to wear a seatbelt in the back. Now you do need to wear a seatbelt in the back. James, tell them why you need to wear a seatbelt in the back.
In the event of a collision, where are you going to go? I weigh about 80 kilograms. I'm going to go forwards. I'm going to hurt myself on the seat. I'm going to have an impact with the person in the front passenger seat. Or worst case, I'm going straight through that windscreen.
So you said to me off camera about how you use the analogy of a bowling ball. Just explain that one to the viewers.
So a bowling ball, in essence, is about the same weight as your head. Would you have a bowling ball on your parcel shelf in the back? No. It's the same weight as your head. You slam on your brakes in a collision, that's going shooting straight forwards. Seatbelt will stop that happening.
Excellent. Right, let's set off that passenger airbag.
Now guys, I thought it's super important just to show you how much this thing weighs. It does actually say on the side right here, approximately 50 kilos. So we just wanted to give an understanding that when this thing went off in the car, that this isn't just some bag of flour that weighs about 90 grams. This weighs 50 kilos, and just to put it into context, like this thing is heavy, all right? So I appreciate that this probably only represents that of maybe an 8-stone girl or an 8-stone boy, but in retrospect, this thing is heavy, all right? So just imagine the damage this could do to you in real life. Right guys, I'm going to keep this short. I have learnt my lesson for one. I'm very blessed to have a new wheel to go in the car. I'm not going to be doing that again. But let's give this to Will. Will's going to show you just how good this looks, and I'm going to do one. Guys, I mean, what a day. This wheel right here has, without a shadow of a doubt, been my favourite mod to date. I'm sort of excited to get rid of it, but at the same time kind of sad. But either way guys, we're going to head off to BD Performance and we're going to get the new phatbits custom carbon fibre steering wheel on the car. It's going to be amazing. However, before we go, they've provided a DIY do-it-yourself retrim option for your wheel. Now this is for a Focus ST, so if you've got a Focus ST, jump in the comment section below and I will choose one of you at random and I will send it over to the lucky winner. Right guys, quick change of plan. I spoke to Darren as I was about to head off to BD Performance and he said, look, due to COVID restrictions, there probably isn't a lot of point driving all this way just to come do a steering wheel. So now we are outside Dip Demons, which you guys saw in a previous video, and we're going to go ahead and get the steering wheel in the back of the car fitted to the car. So this is exciting. We may as well start off by saying goodbye to my Momo Gotham steering wheel. I love you. You have been amazing. You have helped with my channel and my viewers have loved you. But for now, guys, this carbon one is going to be sick. Big shout out to Phatbits. Let's get this thing fitted. Guys, now I'm finally at Dip Demons. He's not only shown me some really exciting stuff, but if you saw in the last video, the Targa Supra is now looking so much better. He's also got the doors over there, freshly painted too, and the bonnet. But I'm not going to keep you. We're going to get this wheel fitted. We're not going to go through the install process. We're just going to get it done. Jared's going to do his thing. But towards the end of the video, guys, I have got to show you a Dodge that has got bullet holes in it because it was imported to the UK as an ex-American police car. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be sick. Jared's going to get this done, and then we're gonna get this fancy Fat-Bit steering wheel in my ST, guys. Thank you for watching so far. We'll see you guys in a second. Right, so guys, look, as you can see, this is what you shouldn't be doing. This is basically the airbag resistor. That basically stops the airbag light coming up on here. But this is basically what we're getting at, guys, with this video, is that this defaults your safety system in the car, and that's not something you should be doing. So we're going to be taking this out and installing a system that is much safer, and I can imagine your parents will be much more on board with. But yeah, guys, big shout out to Jared down here at Dip Demons. Let's hurry up and get this fixed. Guys, bear in mind, the single most important thing you can do when messing with an airbag, or anything electrical for that matter, disconnect the battery just like Jared is doing now. But check this out. We have almost got the wheel in the car. This looks so good. It's so much better. It's also closer to the indicator as well. I have more visibility through here, which is great. Honestly, I'm so happy, but let's get this all sorted. Jared has basically taken a second away from the wheel because I told you we would show you the Dodge that was imported from the US with the bullet holes in it. So Jared, walk us around and show everyone before we go and show just how good that wheel is.
So it's a Norway police car. It came with all the livery on it when he imported it. And as you can see, there's quite a few bullet holes that have penetrated and gone through the roof. Now, they're all rusted out, but they look so cool. The customer's umming and ahhing about whether to keep them. We said he had to keep them. So what we've done is we took the rust out of them, and we've actually accentuated it with a bit of silver paint so it still looks cool. If you come around this way, George, you can see where a bullet hole went into the side of the door. This one actually went through the door card as well. Have a look at the bullet holes that went through the screen and through the seat there, George.
Oh, wow. This is hardcore.
And just through the back of the seat. And it came all the way through.
Oh, you can see the hole in the back of the seat here too. I'm surprised that's even here, to be fair. That's awesome. So glad that you've made them keep the bullet holes though, because it makes it look so much more authentic.
It does look cool. Do you want to see the bullet?
Yeah, let's do it.
We removed the roof lining so we can seal up the bullet holes to make sure obviously water doesn't leak in. And that one there is one full bullet that we found in the roof lining.
Oh, dude, that's amazing. But guys, we're here for the steering wheel. Let's go back and get that sorted. Guys, I am over the moon. This carbon fiber wheel looks so sick. Fat-Bits, you have smashed it out of the park. I'm going to link you in the description section below if anyone would like to cop a wheel from them. All you need to do, go in the description box and find that link. But guys, I mentioned earlier, if you would like a retrim and do-it-yourself package for your Focus ST, all you need to do, jump in the comment section and we will choose a random winner. But I want to say thank you to a bunch of people because Will from Express Media, you have added so much professionalism to this video. I cannot wait to continue our working relationship. Thank you so much to Jared down here at Dip Demons, who is over there, for fitting the wheel. You are also a legend. But also, guys, thank you to Learn to Live, the Devon and Somerset Fire Service, and the Devon and Cornwall Police for adding so much professionalism and teaching us all about airbags. Guys, it's not too late to learn from your mistakes. I, for one, have realized that not having an airbag was a stupid choice, and we are now moving forward in the right direction. That is why we make these videos. Hopefully you guys will stay safe as a result of watching and tuning into our content. If you've liked this video, smash the thumbs up if you haven't already. Let us know what you've learned in the comment section below, or your thoughts on the video for that matter. Consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next video. But for now, GCM, roll the outro. Peace, everyone. Bye.